how to invest in peace dollars so that you actually make some money when you go to sell them. We're going to talk about that in this video because peace dollars are one of those sleeper coins, even though it's a very popular coin for stackers, and it is a popular coin to collect as well. But there is a lot of things about peace dollars that people don't realize. But we're going to start with the basics and work our way up to the advanced, how you can invest in these coins. Because the more you know, the more you can make when it comes to this hobby. So let's get started. My name is Daniel and you are watching Coin Help You, and this is my website for my coin shop, portsmouthcoinshop.com. We have a lot of coins up here for sale. We have silver rounds, silver eagles, as well as gold coins, the 10th ounce. Then we have auctions you can check out. Also, here is my Coin Help You community. If you have any questions at all about coins or just the hobby in general, come over here to Coin Help You and post your question. I have how to post a new topic right here. If you click on an ad, you might be asked for a credit card number, but do not click on the ads. Click off the ads because we do not ask for anything. It is free. So before you think about buying coins, any coin for that matter, but peace dollars is what we're talking about here, get you a 10x triplet loop like this. We sell them on our website. These loops are all you need to look at the coins to see what I'm going to show you that you need to see on a coin. So that's the first recommendation. The second recommendation is the official red book, the price guide, peace dollars, history, rarity, grading, values, and varieties. The reason is that when you are investing in something, you need to know it. You have to set your educational foundation so that you can buy these and know what you're buying and why you're buying it. This book will tell you the beginnings and the history of peace dollars, but it will teach you the minting process. It's important to know the coin minting process and what they used to create these, the dies, the die pairs, the VAMs, and that's which is the die pairs. It's the varieties. And it talks about it right here on this page, the whole process. But you will learn everything you need to know about how they made these peace dollars, the mint errors that happen. Here's a couple pages talking about the strikes and different things like that, the high reliefs, the modified high reliefs, and the matte proofs and all that. That's very important. And then it goes date by date, and it talks about the significance of each coin, the mintages, also the values, which is retail, but also has the varieties as well. And here's the 22. It goes down through and talks about all of this. It's very important. So I recommend this book. You buy it first. You could probably get it for, 15, 16 bucks off of Amazon or off of most sites that sell books, Wizard Coin Supply, JP's Corners, eBay, whatever. Read this all the way through. When you do that, you will be so much more confident in what you're doing. Then, for advanced people, you really want to get into it, this one's the Morgan and Peace. This is encyclopedia. Now, when I tell you it's an encyclopedia, look at that. This was written by the guys that mapped out the die pairs, the VAMs. And that's the reason why it's called VAMs. It's Van, Allen, and Malice. VAM. That's the reason it's called VAM. That's what that means. So you have VAMs for Morgan dollars and peace dollars. Well, this is got Morgan dollars first, but man, I'll tell you, you can do the Morgan dollars next, but do these peace dollars. But when you're looking at this, you're looking for the peace dollars, and it tells you about photography, the grading. If you read these two books right here on the peace dollars, and then read the other book, the red book, the official red book, you will know more than probably 99, at least 95% of the people out there that collect peace dollars or into coin collecting, the hobby, I should say. Because you will not believe how you will feel about yourself inside and not feel dumb trying to do something that you just don't understand. It just will clear up so many things. Trust me on that you cannot. This is just your first investment right here, is at least this book right here. You can buy you a Mega Red book and do the same, similar, because you need a photo grade guide too as well. PCGS has a photo grade guide. You need to know how to grade these. It's very important. And it doesn't mean you have to know what Mint State 66 and 65 is, but you need to know what very fine is. You need to know what VF is very fine. You need to know fine is and what it looks like as far as fine 12 and 15. You need to know VG, which is very good. You need to know those as well. You don't have to know exactly how to grade. It's not about that. You just need to get an idea, and you'll learn it, because once you read these two books, you'll know. You'll be a semi-expert at that point. So the other thing to consider, and this is a gray sheet, and I would recommend a gray sheet as well. And the reason I want to show you this mainly, we're looking at values. And do you notice something here about these values? When you are going down through the different ones, like everybody knows the 1921 and the 1928 are the key dates of the series. But the thing is, there's a lot of them that are being ignored. Just because a coin has 22 on it, 1922 or 1923 or 24 or 25, you need to turn it over and take a look at the reverse side of it. Because if it has a D or it has an S, that makes it a little bit more desirable. And you can see the mint mark right there. It's kind of small. Some people might need a loop to see it and see exactly which one it is, because the D's and S's could get mixed up. And it does make a difference in value. And if you are going to collect peace dollars, then you most certainly want to go through all the 22s, 23s, and look for the mint marks. And you can create rolls of circulated examples along with buying the better examples, because when you look at the mint mark differences here, even in AU50, a 22 is worth $31, but if it's got a D or an S, it's worth another $4. But that increases as you get up into Mint State 63. 52 versus 90 and 90. Now this is wholesale. This isn't anything to do with retail. I'm just trying to show you the jumps here. The 34S is another coin that I remember. I was thinking, if I get all the extra fines for $45 years ago, they're going to go up in value, because each grade that goes up in value, because the grade before it becomes almost unattainable. $330 in AU50 wholesale, $1,260 for an AU58. So when you are looking at these, you need to know this. So you need to have this. You need to have a red book to know this, or you buy this for $35 off of CDN Gray Sheet. It's worth just getting one, just to see which coins jump in wholesale, get an idea what you can pay for it when it's not graded. Graded examples, you can forget this. You're not going to get it for this. Unless you're a dealer, you might be able to get some of these for this. Choice coins and things like that are always going to go for more. It's so important to have that information to know. So you want to buy the coins with mint marks. The 34S is a good one to get in most grades. Obviously, the 25S, the 24S are some more examples of that. I have a little photo grade, which I'm going to improve on. I'm going to add some more to that. My app, I have a photo grade app over on Google Play that'll help you out. PCGS has one. I have Making the Grade. I've got A&A. I used to have A&A books for sale on the website for the grading. The Mega Red book has grading in it. That's why I recommend the Mega Red book. It will give you all this information as well, and all these mintages. But here's the mintages. You can ignore the mintages, except for the fact that historically a lower mintage coin is usually going to be worth more. But a lot of these coins are worth more in higher grades because the D's and the S's, they circulated more than the Philadelphia mints. So typically the mint mark coins are going to be worth more in the higher grades. A lot of them just didn't survive in Mint State, and they're worth a lot of money in Mint State. You put together a Mint State Peace Dollar collection, 63 and up, you got something. Especially if you got the 34S and the 28 and the 21. Some of the other ones here, like the 25S, as you can see, you start getting up into these grades here, you're looking at some pretty high values. Now, my website here shows the least that it's worth. They're probably worth more than that in retail at times, but I'm not trying to inflate my values, but just give you an idea. It's just a guide over here. So as you're looking at peace dollars, this is a very nice example. It's a 23S. And it's worth more than a 22 without the mint mark and being the mint state grades. It is marked up a little bit. You're probably looking at a 62 here. This is another one here. This is a 22. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a weak struck, a verse here, but it's a nice coin, probably a 63. Nice original patina on it. The reverse. Now see, this is an example of a coin that you could use easiest and restore it a little bit, get rid of the darker toning on it. But if you like that, then no problem. You could keep it that way. But it's a 22S. It's a S mint marks right there. One of the things that when you're looking at these, you want to turn them like this and look at them under a little magnification and a really good lighting. I see marks here, but those are die file lines. When you're looking at these coins, we were talking about coins that go up in value. Condition grades is what they call those. You want to look for those coins and try to buy them. You want to find coins that maybe a dealer's kind of undergraded a little bit or kind of overlooked, because a lot of people kind of, they shun peace dollars. This is an example of a clean peace dollar. Can you see the difference? That's how you know, and it's circulated as well. Now, getting back to die pairs, instead of just looking for condition grades as well, you can also find minor VAMs and major VAMs on these. A lot of times what you want to look for, or what you want to look for in VAMs and the die pairs, is something with a nickname. Now, the book that I showed you, the Van Allen-Malus book on the piece and the Morgan dollars, will show you the VAMs they knew back then. There's new VAMs on VAMworld.com. You go there and look it up too. And go down through and just kind of scan through the 22. This one here looks like a D mint mark. Like I said, you need a little magnification for these sometimes. So you see the D, it has a little contact mark, a little die chip or something like that on it. But that's what the D mint mark looks like. But when you're looking up the VAMs, you definitely want to go with the nickname VAMs, like Whisker Jaw, and you'll see them over there. So I recommend VAMworld as well. But like I said, you want to start off with the one book at a time, one day at a time. Just read a page a day. It's so important to educate yourself on this, and you can put back a very nice collection. When you learn how to grade these coins and learn how to identify die pairs and things, you could put back a very nice collection of peace dollars that will be worth some money that you can leave to your family. You just catalog each one, what you paid for it, what it's worth at whatever when you bought it. And then maybe if you get a chance, but things are going to happen, you get a diagnosis. I mean, you just don't know. I'll tell you the truth. I got a call from someone who's selling me their coins because they had a cancer diagnosis and they don't have that long to live. And, it's sad to know that, but if you do get an advance notice, then you can prepare your family, you can prepare the collection, or you can actually sell it. Here's an example of a coin that you would need to turn because it's definitely clean. Can you see the lines? So it's very important to learn how to ID clean coins as well, on top of everything, because the obverse on this coin is very nice. If you had this in one of those folders and didn't flip it over, you would think you was getting a nice coin you could probably send off for grading. You see strike doubling here on it. You see that as well. So don't want to mix that kind of stuff up. You want to know your coin. Focus on one coin like this, the peace dollars if you like them, and learn everything you can about them. Then when you buy them, you're buying them very smart. They're going to go up in value. I mean, if some of these would ever catch on, this series. It's a 28 right here, 28, and it's going to be the S. It's been clean, circulated, but it's still a nice coin. I have a complete collection here, and I'll try to show you some of these. Looking in the holder, the lighting plays tricks on the reflection of the blue. The coin doesn't really look like this. If I change the lighting or change the angles, it changes patinas. But it's probably a lightly clean coin, but it's not harshly cleaned. And here you have the 22. You can put together circulated collections. You could start off with all good coins and put it in a collection, then all very good, and then all fine if you wanted to. Or you could just come up with rolls of, net marked peace dollars, and then come up with rolls of BU of the common dates. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's just different ways that you can invest, but as long as you're buying smart, you're buying maybe choice coins, or your collection's kind of focused. Dealers will see that. Dealers will pay for quality. And like I said, you're trying to think of this, it's really a hobby, but also you can consider it an investment if you buy smart. And like I said, the more you know, the more you can make on these coins. You can really do well with peace dollars because they're not going to go down in the future. I know they come up a lot recently, and there might be a little bit of a drop coming up over time, but it'll level out. And over the next 20, 30 years, these will be worth more money. I know a lot of people think, well, maybe what about the hobby? Is the hobby going to die? Is it going to, I mean, I don't think it will. I think there's always going to be consider the YouTube channels. There's one channel that is over 1 million subscribers. We have other channels like mine that just have over 100,000, almost 200, or getting close to 200. There's some channels that have 300. So there's people out there that's interested, and not all of them are just interested in finding that lottery coin. There's a lot of people that love to build a portfolio of decent coins, put things together, buy the best, buy CAC graded examples if you can. Whatever you can afford, whatever's on your budget, but just do it. Start it now. Instead of going out and buying, a movie or whatever, put it in a peace dollar and sacrifice a little bit so that you have a little bit of silver or at least something to build towards. You can start off with a 21 and the 28 and start off with the key dates first, save up money, put back 10, 20 bucks until you can afford it. If you can't afford it, if you can afford to buy it, then that's great too. Go ahead and buy those first. Buy the better coins that increase in value first. And sometimes you got to buy that lower grade that's going to increase eventually. Because I was showing you the 34S. I remember that 34S and extra fine 40 was affordable. And I knew that based off of the AU value increasing, becoming almost unaffordable, that very fine was going to come next. So if you bought all the very fines you could and then waited 10 years or so, or 15, you would have made a lot of money on your very fine investment to pay off some of the other stuff. So you want to keep track of what you paid for things and what it's worth. And then you want to sometimes do a little quantity on some things if you find a really good deal. That way you can sell off some of it and pay for or cost average on what you already have so that you have less in it and keep track of what you actually have in it. That's a really good way of doing this. So you're not in it so upside down that you feel like I just paid too much for this. But I also want to kind of recant a little. It's okay to feel that way too, because it's really a hobby and it's fun. So you buy what you like. But if you're wanting to invest a little bit, just thought I'd give everybody a little bit of advice on how to do that, to some potentials. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please subscribe to my channel and have a great day.